Hi friends, today we have the fortune of filming right here at Minnkota Power Cooperative, a major donor and partner of CVIC. We're going to be sitting down with Stacey Dahl, Vice President of External Affairs. So the first thing I want to talk about is Minnkota, because I don't even know if most people know like what a cooperative model is, and so you could just tell us a little bit about what is that model and how does it interface with the community?
That's a great question. So Minnkota is about 85 years old. So we have long-standing roots in this community and into other communities in North Dakota and into northwestern Minnesota. We're owned by 11 distribution co-ops throughout North Dakota, eastern North Dakota, northwestern Minnesota. But the reason we exist is really to provide affordable and reliable energy to our members. And when you kind of go back to the beginning of Minnkota, it was people in rural communities who banded together to do things together that they couldn't do on their own and that nobody else was going to do for them. So we have those foundations in cooperation, working together, and with the common good in mind.
You wear a number of hats, I know, but how do you interface with, the community and obviously nonprofits as part of what you do?
Yeah. In my role, I really help oversee policy, public policy, politics, and communications are kind of all in my wheelhouse. And when you really kind of step back about what the foundation of that is, it's really built on relationships and trust. And I wouldn't be good at my job if I wasn't building relationships and trust. The person at the end of the line trusts that we're going to have energy to turn the lights on when they need that. But there's also a deep trust in the communities we serve that they have to trust each other to have a vibrant community. And for nonprofits such as CVIC, you exist to help build that trust, to build those healthy and positive relationships. And so we recognize that organizations like CVIC have a foundational role in the vibrancy of our communities.
That's such a great point. We always like that community's in our name because it really is, CVIC is really here for the community. And of course, we couldn't do it without companies like Minnkota, because between private support like this and then private grants, that's really close to 40% of our annual operating income.
And it's a great model, those public-private partnerships, because those who are in public policy making want to see that the people in the community are invested, and they also understand that communities don't always have resources on their own to really complete the vision. Mm-hmm. So that's why those relationships are so powerful.
Yeah, they mean a lot to us, a lot. Minnkota has been very generous to CVIC for many years now. Most recently, you partnered with NoDak Electric to support our Giving Hearts Day. You were a leadership giver. You have many places you can give. How do you decide where to invest?
It's very difficult because there are so many wonderful organizations with great missions that are all very worthy. So we've had to prioritize a connection to the electric utility or cooperative model, and or an organization that has both broad and deep impact. So with an organization like CVIC, we look at your mission, not only the mission, but how you've executed on that mission. You have really demonstrated that your holistic approach, you not only provide safety services, but you educate, and just as importantly, you provide those healing services for those who've been impacted by violence. And that's not just limited to the Grand Forks community, but you've broadened your reach. You also serve into a lot of the communities that we serve into as well. And so there's great alignment with our two missions.
What does it mean to Minnkota to be a part of kind of a pretty audacious vision?
It's bold, and I remember the first time I heard it, it really stopped me in my tracks, because I think so many of us just operate under, well, we'll always have some level of violence, and here's an organization challenging that assumption. That's a deeply impactful vision. back to what we do as Minnkota, we find our strength in working together and working together in positive ways. So being a part of this initiative has been an honor because it is so bold, because we can challenge those assumptions that we have to live with or at some level tolerate this, and we don't.
Exactly. I love that. I love that. So last question for you, Stacey, is really around your personal giving, because both you and Gabe are a member of our Dreammaker Society, which is a donor that really makes a commitment, a 5-year commitment of $1,000 or more. And I'm just curious, what it means to you personally to contribute to such an audacious goal.
I went to my first CVIC breakfast. I don't think I've ever left a breakfast with a dry eye. It's incredibly moving and powerful. The takeaway from that immediately was, how can we not be involved? For my husband, he's a high school administrator. He's on the front lines of some very difficult situations, sometimes directly overlapping with CVIC, sometimes not. He's trying to make a positive impact on healthy decision making and relationships, and here's an organization with best practices and expertise and resources that they can bring to the table to really make a difference. And so for us, it wasn't an option to sit on the sidelines. We wanted to be a part of that.
Well, we're so glad you did. I appreciate you bringing heart and soul to Minnkota, bringing heart and soul to Grand Forks and CVIC, and just really appreciate you being with us today and educating more about how we work together.
Well, thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much.